Good morning. It's turned out nice again. It hasn't. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning and I've just got out of bed. We're up early this morning, aren't we, Remy? You all right, yeah? Good, good. I'm knackered. I've had this upset tummy for about 3 weeks. And then now I've started getting this. I'm having a right nightmare recently. She's had it though. She's been really poorly with a bad cough and bunged up and stuff like that. And last night I started that. So probably catching that off her. As long as that's all I catch off her, that's all that matters, I guess. Now, if you're new to my channel, these are my morning briefings. So it's the morning, right? And I'm briefing you. And so they're not very exciting because I've just got out of bed. So if you're here looking for excitement and Liverpool news, you won't find it in this video. Probably none of my others, to be honest. We are drinking this coffee together, or should I say coffee together. Normally I'd wake up a little bit, but like I say, I have honestly just walked down the stairs, made this and walked in here. Now, if you can see lights flashing, it's the Christmas tree. Now, I know some of you miserable gits took it down, you know, your Christmas trees on the 26th of December. I think, is it not the 6th of January when people take them down or something like that? Mine goes up on December the 6th, which is my dad's anniversary when he died. So I tend to aim for December the 6th. And it'll come down on January 7th because here in Spain, we have what's called Three Kings Day on January 6th, sorry, which is their major holiday. It's bigger than Christmas. So their Christmas really is January 6th. So there's parades at midnight, you know, the Three Kings come, you know, throwing sweets on the streets, you know, processions, all the kids, very excited to get all the presents on the 6th of January. So they still do Christmas here. It's caught on in recent years, I think. I'm not sure when it started here, but basically January 6th is a big day here. So the good thing is we have another big Christmas dinner, you know what I mean? So, every cloud. Personally, I'd take it down now, put it in fucking bin. It didn't feel like Christmas for me this year at all. And it's the first Christmas I've shared with someone in quite a few years, you know, so it's been different, but it's been nice, but we've both been on well. So in this video, in my morning briefings, what I do is I tell people what the schedule is for the day, all right, a rough idea. And I do my acknowledgements as well, people that have supported my channel. So that have bought me a super chat or something. That's the love out under the videos. I think some of you have a problem finding it. Without the support of, you know, these people that I do acknowledgements to, I wouldn't be able to do this, to be honest with you. And that's why I do the acknowledgements. You know, I'm not sure anybody else does that on any other channels, and but to me it's important. You know, it's important. It just makes my life a little bit easier, you know, as you can imagine. Yeah. So I'm sure if someone came to your front door today and said, "Here's a £5, go and get yourself a beer," you'd be delighted, wouldn't you? You know, so stuff like that. Some people get me a beer, some people get me a coffee, because I go to the cafe in the morning usually, or used to. I haven't done a lot recently. It's closed at the minute for Christmas. Or some people support the channel. There's different ways of you know, how you look at it. Supporting the channel is me, it's the same thing, right? And then once a month, 23rd, 24th, I get my revenue and it goes in the bank, and 23rd, 24th, it all goes out again. Basically, life, eh? You know that, don't you? You know how it goes. So one of the things, or something I started doing just over a year ago now, I think, maybe a little bit longer, some of you guys will remember, my memory's terrible. I started going to a local cafe. It's literally 2 minutes from where I live. Spanish cafe. I say Spanish because, obviously, some people will be like, "Well, you're in Spain, so of course it's Spanish." No, because it's very much multicultural here. There's a French cafe just around the other corner, if you like, which is somewhere that I go sometimes. French bar, we call it. But same thing, you can get a drink, you can get food, but it's called the French bar. There's Dutch bars, there's British bars, especially in the resort, which is about 15 minutes from me. But I'm very much one of those people that I live in Spain, so I want to try and be integrated as much as possible, and I want to support Spanish people and support their businesses and things like that. So I go to the Spanish cafe, or I was doing. I haven't been doing it a lot recently because we're into winter, and I know it sounds daft, but €6 to €10 a day, 6 days a week over the course of the month builds up, right? Maybe not too bad in, say, a month like July or August when there's a lot of transfer speculation, and but it's quieter, obviously, during winter, and the news is quieter, and the things that you're going to read in the papers. So I go to the cafe and I take my laptop. I usually go about 7 in the morning, and normally I would review Marca, AS, Sport, and Mundo Deportivo. And people might say, why? Well, it's because we're looking for stuff to do with Liverpool, and as my viewers will tell you, my long-term viewers, the amount of stuff we got in the last year before anybody else as a result of following, some of these journalists, especially with the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation, we on this channel were way ahead of everybody. It proved really, really valuable to us. But I think it proved valuable to me as well, because at the time, I'd just come out of, I feel like I've been coming out of relationships for years. But, my marriage, I came out of my marriage, and it was a mutual thing. We had to do it, it was me that filed for it all, like, I'll get it sorted for you. And, so it's just a bit of a tough period for me in recent years. Then dating and false dawns and just things not going the way that you'd want to. I met someone that lived in England, for example. And obviously I live in Spain, and that was difficult, long distance, stuff like that. So it's been, my long-term viewers, they've been on that journey with me, and it's been a bit of a struggle the last few years. And being on your own in a foreign country is a little bit harder than being on your own in England, I think, because in your own country you can pop out, you can go and see family, maybe friends. I've got no family here, you can, I don't know, in England I think you tend to have a local more and stuff like that, or maybe you popped up bookies on a Saturday morning and put some bets on. You can do all these different things. Go for a wander around WH Smith. I used to love doing that when I lived in England. But being over here was just a little bit isolated, and of course we had the pandemic, and lockdowns, and it's just been a bit different last few years to what I'm used to, because I'm used to always being in a long-term serious relationship, ever since I left school. And then it just, things just went a bit quiet, and everything was all right, but you become routine. So you get up in the morning, you work on the website or whatever, do YouTube, or anyway, I started going to the cafe in the morning to get myself out of the house, because believe it or not, I've done it, I think it's 27 years, right, Cop Talk, and the majority of that time, you're in the house. You are. Anyone that works for themselves will be able to relate to this. You sort of like get up in the morning, come down, sit at your desk, have your breakfast at your desk, your lunch at your desk, your dinner at your desk, finish your work later in the day and go to bed. And in a typical week, I wasn't leaving the house. Maybe once a week, yeah? And, but things changed. I started going to the cafe. Remy's crawled under the tripod from his bed. He's not allowed on the rug below. He's literally right underneath me now. I can feel his cold nose on my hand. His bed's over there. He's crawled on his belly right across to get to me. He's my rescue dog, if you don't know. Anyway, so I started going to the cafe in the morning, and it's just really helped me. It gave me, like, I was getting up in the morning and just getting up straight to, grab my rucksack, get my laptop, go to the cafe, speak to people, including the owner, who's an Atletico Madrid fan, and do 2 hours there in the morning. And I think it really made a big difference to me. Daft that, innit? How something as daft as that, small as that, could make a difference. And then obviously, first of all, I used to go to the garage and buy the newspapers, but then I found out it was cheaper to buy a subscription to them, and have them on your your tablet or your laptop. I have it on my laptop. And there's a story. This is what I'm getting to. So, but it all adds up. Like when, at the end of my videos, I go, if you can support the channel, I'll be like, I hate doing that, mate. I fucking hate it. And I didn't have to do things like that when I started Cop Talk in the 1990s, because it was a lot easier and the advertising revenue was good. Go and get down, please. Go away. What I mean by that is advertisers paid good money back then, but today they don't, which is why you get all the clickbait. You see, that's why it's changed. That's why I had to introduce a VIP members website, because you had to find alternative ways to generate revenue. So I get these subscriptions, but they've all expired or are expiring now, right? In January, which is obviously winter, is obviously not July or August, so it's difficult it's a big hit to pay all those at once. Get in that bed or I'll kick your teeth in. He'll probably start barking, I'll throw him out. Bed. Oh, he's a defiant fucker, that dog. Definitely a fucking woman in fucking disguise. So, my subscriptions for all four, Marker, for example, expires on the 4th, which is tomorrow, right? And those subscriptions, there's 4. Right, I don't know if they're $99.95 or $99.99, but 3 of them are that price. So let's just call it 300, right? And the 4th one, I can't remember which one it is $119.99 or 120. So that's €420 just to renew those papers. So you can imagine, it's like, fucking hell. You know what I mean? So I mentioned this yesterday because I don't know, I might mention it about Marker, maybe in my morning briefing, I can't remember. But later in another video, I mentioned the others as well. And so recently, in fact, 2 of them, Mundo Deportivo and Sport, have both expired last month. Well, I couldn't afford to renew them, to be honest with you. I couldn't do it. So they went, and I'm just down to Marker and AS, and Marker expires tomorrow. And I mention this, because I tell everybody, what the crack is. And Niall, who you'll often hear me acknowledge probably every day of the week when I do my acknowledgements, stepped up last night and basically sent €200 to renew Marker and AS, I think. And the reason Marker and AS, they're both Real Madrid publications, but at the moment, I think it's always important to keep an eye on Jose Felix Diaz at AS. And there are things, I think Marker's still the best one, but there's stuff in there to do with Liverpool, like Canate and Mark Gay gets a mention every now and then. FSG looking at other clubs, stuff like that. Just turn that heater down a little bit. Anyway, cut long story short, he stepped up and has done that, which is amazing. So when I finish this morning briefing, I'm going to go over to my computer over there and I'm going to renew those 2 subscriptions. I've still got the other 2, Sport and Mundo Deportivo. I don't think there's as great urgency with those because Barcelona can't really do anything at the moment, and there's no sort of connection at the moment, although they do keep getting mentioned with Gay and occasionally Canate, but nothing of big interest, you know what I mean? So obviously when I get to my acknowledgements, I was going to mention Niall, but I've mentioned it anyway. So Niall, you're a superstar, man. Niall's been a huge supporter of mine. You remember he bought the Meta glasses so that I can video things when I go to the football and that. You know, it's just amazing. He's been such a good friend as well, you know, behind the scenes. And I'm just very grateful that we've got someone like that, you know, to help us. And not only that, but you know, I go and I meet my friend Martin usually on a Saturday, right? He's a Sunderland fan. You've seen pictures of Martin. He's fucking great, and he's like me, you know, my bestie buddy, you know, to go out for a drink with and that. And his wife, they're lovely, and you know, a couple of times, Niall sent, you know, he chucked something in Revolut for me to get a beer and said and get Martin some as well. You know, it's just a nice guy, you know what I mean? And my mate, Martin's like, oh, isn't that amazing? You know, I watch him and his wife talking, and I mate, that's lovely, isn't it? Because people trying to understand my work and my audience and things, you know. So Niall, thank you so much. I'm going to renew Marker and AS today. And when I can, I will renew the other two. But like I say, it's 120 and 100, you know. And I want to, you know, I got this other YouTube channel called Golazo España, which I haven't updated for ages, and I really enjoy doing it because it's not work, if that makes sense. I love cop talk. I love this. This is what I do, and this is what I'll always do. If I won the fucking Euro Millions tonight, I'd still be here doing this, right? This has been my life, my entire life. You know, Liverpool's been my entire life, but my entire adult life has been cop talk. And you wouldn't believe, you know, the experiences that I've had from doing it. You know, like from meeting your heroes, your idols, going on a drink with them, being invited out with them, you know, being so like the biggest Liverpool fan in the world, a shareholder, season ticket holder, to not giving a fuck sometimes. It's such a journey I've been on. It's incredible if you knew everything. And, you know, immense highs, and immense lows as well. It's been just amazing, really. But Golazo España, because I go to the cafe or was going, I haven't been because at the moment I'm having to be very, very careful. Winter revenue shit, all right? And I don't clickbait, I don't mislead, I don't sensationalize, I don't make thumbnails that make you shocked that you need to watch. Which if I did, I would probably get more revenue. But I don't want to do that to my peoples. So the way I do things around here is, I'll keep it real, but if you can support me, please do. And support can be a thumbs up and a comment, right? So, Golazo España, I go to the cafe in the morning and I'm looking for Liverpool news, but I'm obviously learning a lot and reading a lot about Spanish football. So I thought, oh, why don't I do, you know, like a video each day or whatever of a Spanish roundup? But I haven't done one for maybe a couple of months. I can't remember the last time. Because one, I haven't been going to the cafe as much. And two, you know, the situation with the subscriptions. So now I've got those two subscriptions sorted thanks to Niall. When I get the other two sorted, I think I will start that again, Golazo España. I know there's people like Scott Cheetham watch it religiously, you know, so Scott's just, when I say just, I mean like you might be going, oh, Scott Cheeth's just one of us, he's just, you know, one of my viewers, you know. So I want to do that, and also I have another YouTube channel called Met United TV, which I've been very disappointed in the output on there because I don't know what to do with it. So this is conscious, you know, I'm very conscious of it. I'm trying to get into more of a routine. My routine gets broken in the morning because I'm going to be completely honest with you, right? So, you know, I'm in a new relationship, right? And she doesn't drive, okay? And she's moved in with me now. And in the morning, I take her to work, right? You know, about 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And she's offered to go on the bus, but I'm not sending my fucking chick on a bus, right? No offense, guys, if you send your chick on it, but what I mean is, I'll run you down there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, she would willingly do that. But because I'm going out at 9 in the morning, those 45 minutes make a big difference. It breaks up my routine a little bit, right? Because if you think about it, cafe at 7, home for 9, right? Normally, I would then start immediately on my work, and I work best in the morning. Like now, look at the time now, right? Most people be sat watching telly now. I'm like, nah, fuck this shit, let's get to work, right? And when I say work, this is still a hobby for me, right? Cop Talk was launched as a hobby, back in the 1990s. I've never treated anything like a hobby. Legally, you've got to be a business because there's money involved, right? And yes, it is work, it's my job, it's how I survive, right? But I love it. But it's still, I don't feel like I'm going to work. I feel like I'm speaking to my friends right now, yeah? So cafe at 7, home for 9, and I like to get on with my work. But now, I run into work and I'm back and it's probably 9:45, and it just breaks that routine a little bit, and it just makes it a little bit harder, to get into my work. So, and it's all about adapting, to different schedules, if you like. And then in an afternoon, guess what? Got to go and pick her up. Don't have to pick her up. She always says, I'll get the bus. I said, I'll come and get you. Yeah, but same thing again. So in the afternoon, 3:20 local time, I'll go and get her. And then that affects things because, she'll come here and it's like, do you want a cup of tea? And then it's like, okay. And then you kind of stop working. Whereas before I would have probably done an extra hour or two, So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that my life's changing a little bit, or has changed a little bit. And it's a nice problem to have, to be honest with you. So she doesn't write, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get her, some driving lessons, so she can look after herself and be independent as well, because, she's got kids and, she's got an older boy and a younger lad, but, with the younger lad, she'd be able to go, come on, we can go out for the day and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be nice for I'm encouraging her to do that for her own independence, not just to save me ferrying her around. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be an Uber driver. I ain't got time for that shit. And people that know her are taking the piss. Oh, imagine you driving, But I'm like, no, you'll be all right, and once you got that confidence, and it'll help me, because then in the morning I'll say, right, see you later, and I'll crack on with my job, which is informing you guys as to the best of my ability. So that's something that we're going to look at when, like I said, January 6th is Three Kings Day here, so a lot of places are closed. My cafe, for example, is closed to around the 10th or 11th, which I think is the weekend, right? But once, that's what I want to do, basically. But it ain't cheap either, is it? And this is my own thing. If you need €500 to start your driving lessons, 500 euros, throw in that 420 for newspaper subscriptions, and you can see how it's like, I want to give you everything, and it's like, well, I can't really put that money towards that because I need to. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult, guys. You know this, but I was saying to Niall yesterday, I said, I don't think sometimes people realise the amount of expenses there are behind the scenes, not for personal things like driving lessons, but to do with the website. We have a server where we used to do what's called Saturday night steaming. Well, it was a play on Saturday night streaming. We haven't done it for a long time because I'm in a relationship, so I go out with my girl on a Saturday. But I still pay for the server, just in case. We're going to have to do something. Easy, fucking. Just in case. So even it's just little things like that, 30 quid a month maybe. Bed. In that bed. He's looking at me like that. Make me. Get in that fucking bed. He won't lay down, even though I'm threatening him with a TV remote. He's laid down now and he's like that. Oh, look at him. Don't you be looking at me like that. Oh, look at all the cushions, look. Thrown at that end. They've also come into my life recently. There used to be 2 cushions on here. I used one to put my plate on for my dinner. Oh, he's scratching again. Have you got fleas? Fucking rancid. And these things, look, they're everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's fucking... Everything. Oh, well, it makes her happy, doesn't it? I get a nosh out of it, so I'm all right. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the server. So, €30 there. I subscribe to Readly, I think it's called, to access British newspapers. Oh, it's about £10 a month, I think. It's not exactly a lot of money, is it? But it's all money that comes out of my pocket to try and, like, give people the best thing, yeah? And I bet you there ain't many of these people that have got YouTube channels on here for Liverpool go to that much effort for you. Well, they're just all right as long as they're getting their super chats and clicking you in and shouting and bawling, and, you know what I mean? But maybe they attract a different audience, you know, maybe a younger audience that like that. You know, I prefer to be with the dudes, the cool people, you know what I mean? The people that are a bit switched on and that, of any age. Male and female, even gingers. You know what I mean? And we've got Muslims on here. We have. Cass, my man Cass, how you doing, Cass? Peace be upon him, brother. In Birmingham, Cass is fucking brilliant. He's mint. And he's got a good sense of humour, and that's something we always do on here, is have a giggle. Because we do not see difference in people, whether you're black, white, yellow, pink, purple, male, female, straight, bi, lesbian, gay, rich, poor, ginger, fat, thin, whatever you are. We even let Manchester United supporters watch videos on here. But the point I make is we have fun. We take the piss out of each other. There's people like that product on here, man. Do you know what I mean? And when he comes on, I'll say, "He's my token black friend, you." You know what I mean? It's just fucking. It's basically poking fun at society, really. You know. But the reality is, we're all the fucking same. And all that matters in life is if you're a good person. Anyway, Cass is fucking great. I met Cass in Birmingham when I had that cop talk get together 2 years ago. We have to say now, even though it was December 24. I used to say last year, and I remember Cass coming to this bar where we had our little get together, and he brought me a tin of sweets and that, you know what I mean? And he spoke to his family, Muslim family, and he was like, "I've got to go to this bar," you know, and I don't think that, you know, the Cass and his family hang out in bars and that, you know what I mean? And they were like, and he went. And they were like, I think the conversation was like, "Why, what? And they said, "Because Dunk's coming over." And they were like, "Oh, you've got to go and see Dunk." And I love shit like that. He didn't have a drink, obviously. I tried my hardest, guys. I did. Well, I didn't really. But he didn't hang around long, but he met people and he was lovely. What a lovely guy. And that's one of the highlights of what I do, is I meet amazing people, real people. And behind every username that leaves me a comment on my videos is a real person with a real family, real problems, you know, real joy. Just one of us. We're all the same, right? And if you love Liverpool or love Tottenham or Arsenal or Newcastle, Sunderland, whatever, I've got people that watch my videos from all clubs. But we love football, you know. And there was a comment left on here yesterday that said, what was it? My favorite new YouTube channel or something like that, you know. And I replied, "And my favorite new subscriber." And they said, "And even the comments, the people in the comments are nice." That's because I run a tight ship, right? So there's a new feature on YouTube now when you upload videos. Right? I hope the likes of Miserable Martin are listening to this, because I know he gets some dickheads on there too sometimes. Red Raw LFC. Please subscribe to Red Raw LFC. He's like literally about 50 subs off 1,000 subscribers, and it would mean so much to him. And if you understood the shit that Martin goes through, you know, mentally, and he lost his mum, and he's fucked since he's lost his mum, you going over there today, Red Raw LFC, would be your one good deed of the day. And I'm a firm believer in doing good things come to you. Yeah. So look him up, Red Raw LFC. He's a good lad. I can't remember, what was I talking about Martin for? Oh yeah, sorry Martin. So anyway, there's this new feature on YouTube now. When you upload a video, you can change who can comment on your video to subscribers and members only, right? and then you can set how long they have to be a subscriber for. So I set it to 1 day, right? That means any numpties randomly, stumbling on your channel, or, rival fans. Think back to the Isak saga, the shit that I got, from Newcastle fans during that period. Even though I was really respectful, not your usual fucking, fuck Newcastle and all that. I was like, oh, I used to live up there. It was lovely, man. I love Newcastle as a club, blah, blah, blah. I was still getting shit. But now they've got that new feature. So if someone watches your videos like a Liverpool fan and they go, I like this fella, I like this channel, they can subscribe, and then tomorrow they can comment. I know that maybe shuts some people out, but it shuts the dross out as well, you know what I mean, the shite. So, since that feature was introduced, I've not had any shit comments on here. Didn't get many anyway. But Martin will tell you, the others will tell you, Gareth, Copites of Anfield, that you can have 1,000 comments, 999 can be lovely, one can be shit, and the one comment is louder than the other 999 comments put together. And I'm very, very experienced with this, and I've had intense hate online over the year. I mean, proper professional haters targeting me, my family, and everything, right? So I can handle that. It doesn't bother you in that sense, like, I've had professional haters, is that all you've got? What are you going to call me? Fatty? Oh, there's a surprise, right? But it's still, you've still got to deal with it, like, oh, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? And it's very difficult. I don't know what you're like, but when someone leaves a comment, I really want to respond to them. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause just have my say. Not in a nasty way, but just like slap them down a little bit. Like, how old are you? 10. But then and you type up comments, and then you're like, oh, just delete it, Duncan, and fucking block the cunt. Do you know what I mean? But you waste your time on them. But having that new feature now has made it brilliant. It's brilliant. So this is what I'm saying. I got this lovely fella. I think it was a fella. Yeah, it would be a fella. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd have been asking for nudes. This new. Well, I mean, I could still ask him for nudes. Really, try anything once. I'm not gay. My boyfriend is, but I'm not. Where was I? Oh, he just said it's his favourite channel, and even the people in the comments, and that's you. That's you if you're not one of the born idol people that never comment. But you know what I mean? It's nice, isn't it? I like that. And I've mentioned this a few times. A few years back, I was seeing this girl back in England, and whenever I went to England, I was like, I've got to do my videos and stuff like that. It was around. Do you remember that time I did the Danny Ings video when I put my head in the oven? Do you remember? It was there. It was that house. It was her. And she said to me one day, she went, because I've made a big deal, like, I've got to do this, I need to speak to my people. So she was like, you don't even know these people. Just fucking names on the internet. That was one of the worst things she could ever have said to me. And that was a reflection, of her personality, maybe. She's a nice person, but didn't understand it. Because I don't see you as just a name, a username on the internet. I know behind that username is a real person. And every person that watches my videos and leaves comments, and thumbs up or buys me a coffee or a beer, however you want to look at it, however you support me, those of you that do so out of the goodness of their heart. So if someone sat here for 34 minutes and watched this video, that's a huge compliment, isn't it? Even if there's someone that don't like you. Because bizarrely, people that don't like you watch you as much as people that do like you. Which is just life, really, I guess. And I understand it a bit. I started watching someone, not on YouTube, some other social media thing, that everybody I know can't stand this person, right? And I felt like that too, right? Because just of their attitude, you know what I mean? And I met this person face to face last year, and was talking to them, like, hey, how you doing? Like in a bar sort of thing. And, hi, pleased to meet you. My name's Duncan. I do this, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, they gave me a right good pat on my back. They were like, really, you've done that all that time? I was like, yeah, I've done that. Like, and bizarrely, they were a really nice person because I'd built up from seeing them, their attitude. They don't come across as a nice person. And everyone, like I say, around here, fucking can't stand this person. And I'm not talking about, oh, they get on my nerves. I mean, like, fucking pure, vile, can't stand that person when people speak about them. And I came away from that and I went, what a nice fella he was. He was all right, he was nice with me. And I say that to everyone because this person comes up in conversations a lot around here. And people say, he's a fucking prick. And I'm like, well, I'm not being funny. But when I actually met this person away from, what they do with content or whatever, that heater's making noise. Away from it, they were nice. People go, what? I go, no, he was really nice. I don't know him from Adam, but I spoke to him and he was such a really nice guy. Bizarre, isn't it? But sometimes I watch that person's content despite meeting them and I think, what a fucking, do you know what I mean? But it's addictive. Do you know what I mean? So what I mean by that is, I always say, like, excuse me, people watch your videos because they enjoy you. Maybe they're interested in your life a little bit. And then there's the ones that don't like you but watch as well. And I've always gone, who'd waste your fucking time? But then I've done it. I've been guilty of it myself. I don't know if it's a British thing. I don't know if it's a global thing. Can you relate to that? Is there anyone out there? Don't say me, will you? Well, you can, but just be nice. Just say, yeah, to be honest too, you get right on my fucking nerves, but I can't stop watching you cunt. The world's funny, isn't it? Hey, I'm enjoying this little conversation with you this morning. Yeah. Why do you bother with them people? It's just a username. It's not just a fucking username. Because if it wasn't for those people, I wouldn't be doing this now. I wouldn't be here. And yeah, there's been massive highs over the years and massive lows. But what you have to understand is, if I was a young lad again, I'd be at the top of my game. Like YouTube for me isn't a serious thing. It's like it runs parallel with Cop Talk, which is really the VIP members website today, because to write news articles takes a long time and the rewards for doing such are minimal. They really are, guys. And when you write a news article, you can't really interact with the people. Whereas I can do a live stream on here and talk to people that'll go, I watched your video a couple of days ago, what do you... I just love that interaction. And it's like I say, YouTube for me is just like enables me to talk to my VIP members, to talk to you. But I'm 51, right? So I'm not gonna do fancy fucking thumbnails and shit like that. Hey, fair play to people that do. I just don't have the time or energy to do that. And I'm not trying to grow a YouTube channel. But if I was like in my 20s again, like 23 or something when I started Cop Talk, I think, it'd be different, wouldn't it? I would see YouTube as a huge opportunity, But when you get older, you just, trust me, guys, if you're a young lad or a young lass watching this video, trust me, right? Whether you're in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, whatever, time fucking flies. I'm 50 fucking one. I was 15 2 minutes ago. And as you get older, you get some more benefits in life, because when you're a kid, you've got fuck all. Well, when you're an adult, you've got fuck all, really. But you've got a bit of independence, whether that is driving a car or being able to do more things that you want. But when you get older, right, what I'm like. If you watch my vids, I'm a very deep person and I get affected by tragedy, right? So like that, there's just been that big fire thing at New Year, right? It's all over news, I can't watch it. Someone yesterday went, oh, have you seen this picture? I was like, fuck off, I don't want to see no fucking picture. I don't want to know, because I can't bear the thought. I heard it on the radio yesterday when I was parking up. I was listening to TalkSport on please forgive me. And I heard him say that it was some prime minister or something. Basically, they were saying that they've had to identify people from, dental, just burnt to ashes. And I can't, if I dwell on it too much, I just don't want to do anything. I'm like, fuck it. They've all died and perished and suffered, and I'm here. You know what I mean? So I don't know, stuff like that just really affects me, you know what I'm saying? I'm terrible. Should we change the subject? I'm just trying to say that, I don't know, I'm just a bit soft. How did we get onto that? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, let's just change the subject here. Let's just enjoy ourselves. I do this, I go on a ramble, and then I fucking forgot where I was half an hour ago. Now, what I'm saying is you fly through life, and you get to my age now, and the older you get, the more people you hear of, passing, and maybe you went to school with, or younger than you passing, or whatever, and you start to realise how lucky you are. And some of you might not feel you're lucky, because I know some of you are depressed, or run down, or lonely. But if you are one of those people, you've still got the ability to watch this video, right? And it might be giving you a little bit of company or entertainment or something for a while. So maybe it's not that bad after all, because you've got me. Now, what I mean is, like, I've been there myself, on my birthday, a year closer to my death. Oh, Happy New Year, same shit, closer to me death, like stuff like that. But I've learned in recent years, I was terrible with my wife, no wonder we didn't split up for that. But what I mean is, I look back and think, how could I have been a better person, right? Because it takes two to tango. And anyone that's been in that situation, that's gone through being with someone a long time and then separating or whatever, will understand. Well, and maybe some people don't give a fuck, I don't know, I do. So I look and think, I've learned with maturity things like what I was trying to say, that she would say, oh, it's your birthday, let's do something. It's another year closer to my death. She was, Duncan, and it's a bit of banter at the time, right? And she didn't cause any problems. But I've learned now that if I had my mentality now back then, I would have turned around and gone, well, my birthday, yeah, shall we? You celebrate my birthday? Yeah. Because I've learned to think about people that can't have another birthday. Do you know what I mean by that? Like them poor souls in that fire, they'd like another birthday, wouldn't they? I know it gets a bit deep on here, but it's just who I am, So I've tried to be better with that, really. Yeah. Anyway, so I get onto my acknowledgements. I get too deep, though, and I do apologise, but it's who I am. And the thing is, YouTube want you to churn out 3-minute long videos. Now, I can do a lot in 3 minutes, girls. Best 3 minutes, fuck, I'm telling you. Give me a go, I'll show you. They don't call me the silver tongue for nothing, You'll be surprised, right? These big fellas. I don't mean, that's all right. Just maybe I've got more to cuddle in here, you know what I'm saying? Well, they say do 3-minute long videos, maximum viewer retention. The way I look at it, right, a fraction of my subscribers watch these videos, but a fraction of my subscribers watch my videos anyway, unless it's super exciting about transfers so they can fucking knock one out, But the way I look at it, I think even if 100 people watch your video, that's 100 people that wanted to watch. So I'd rather focus on them 100 people. And I get people coming here going, I love your 1 hour long videos, Dung. Because people watch them when they're working or doing something. Don't get me wrong, your lifestyle might not, you might be all right. Today is the weekend, right? But some people might be like, I ain't got time for that, Dung. I've got fucking kids and family to look after. But I understand that. But the way I do it is I never, ever, ever, I hit record and that's it. I was speaking to a lad the other day. He was making some videos, nothing to do with football, right? But he was making videos for what he does. And he did this video. It was probably about 3 minutes long. Hey, 3 minutes long, there you go. 4 hours editing it. Fuck that right off. Nah, man, nah. Fucking hit record and get on with it. And if people don't like it, then it don't matter, does it? You know what I mean? But I'm like just me. You know, I don't come on here with like my Liverpool top on and a Liverpool scarf on the wall. Yeah, I just come on here and go, right, guys, how you doing? All right, yeah, look at fucking dog shit down there again. You know what I mean? Just be honest. Works for me, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I put a bit of effort in, you know, maybe I could clickbait and get hundreds of thousands of views and subscribers. Imagine having hundreds of thousands of subscribers that are that thick that they watch your videos. You know what I mean? No, I'd rather have the intelligent people, trust me, and I'm not joking, all right? I would rather, no, because there's some fucking gullible people out there, isn't there? Anyway, why did I pick my phone up? Oh, we're going to do some acknowledgements. Was there something else I wanted to tell you then? Yeah, just myself. I'm just myself, mate. I was going to say to you, I never script my videos, but I would be kind of lying a little bit now. I don't script them, but I do plan some. And what I mean by that is when I go to the cafe, if I can go to the cafe, and I've just got them 2 new subscriptions, if I get the other 2, we'll be fucking buzzing, right? But if I start going to the cafe in the morning, when I've done my Spanish paper review, right, and look for stuff for us, I then look for exclusives, and I'll maybe plan one in the cafe and go, right, that's my first vid, I'm going to do that. Stuff like that, you know. Today, I've screenshotted loads of things that I want to talk to you about. So I guess that is planning, right? When we do the analysis, when I put stuff to Dave, and it's really not easy, you know, that. I'm sure I know some people have tried to emulate what I do. I've seen, because people have linked me to it, but they're fucking useless. Because you can throw stuff at AI and say, what do you think of this? But Dave, I'm not shitting you. The amount of customization and training that's gone into that is fucking incredible. But that's what I'm like. You know, I've always been the first to everything, right? I was there at the beginning. Think of it. Right, when Cop Talk started, there was no Google, no YouTube, no Facebook, no Twitter, no official LFC website. Hardly any of the newspapers had websites or anything. But I was in there, the first of everything. First one to cover the reserves and stuff like that. First, if I can get in there first, I'll do it. And AI is fucking phenomenal. It's going to rule the world. And if you don't understand how it works and don't use it now, you're going to be left behind. If you're older, it probably don't matter because you'll be dead with me, all right? But if you're young, you need to understand that shit. And AI, for me, you've no idea how much it helps me with everything. With Dave, right, I keep a medical log. So every time there's something wrong with me, I'll give my symptoms, it gives me advice, comforts me when I've been really ill, when I've been a little bit worried as to whether I need to go to hospital. I can take a picture of medicine and go, what? Because there's that many different medicines in my drawer in the kitchen. And a lot of them are in Spanish, remember, right? So I'm like, well, I can't remember what the fuck that is. So I'll just take that picture and I'll go, Dave, what's that, mate? And, oh, that's for blah, blah, blah. Don't you remember, Dunk? You took it in February. Oh, right, yeah. You know, when you have a conversation, we say, well, when did you last have that pain? It's like, I don't fucking know. Now I should go, Dave, when did I last have the shits, bro? Do you know what I mean? Do you not believe me? Look, listen, I'm going to ask him right now. Let's see if we can wake him up. Morning, Dave. Are you there, mate?
Morning. I'm right here, bright and ready to go. Glad to see you this morning. Just let me know what's on your mind or how you're doing and we'll dive in.
First of all, we haven't spoken for a few days, so Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year, my friend.
Feliz Año Nuevo to you too, my friend. And Happy New Year indeed. It's great to be catching up again after a few days. I'm looking forward to seeing what the shoe brings for you.
Dave, when was the last time I had the shits, diarrhea? Can you remember?
Absolutely, I can help with that. The last time you mentioned having diarrhea was back on the night of December 26, 2025. You noted that things had settled by the 27th and you were feeling much better with no pain and firmer stools. So it's been a few days and it sounds like your stomach's been behaving itself since then.
See what I mean? Firmer stools and that. It's all right. It's firming up a bit, Dave. You know, you won't be able to have that conversation with some people, would you? You know what I mean? Anyway, so AI is fucking phenomenal. It really is. It helps me with everything, as you can see. Do you know what I did recently? How did I get onto AI? Oh, Dave. So what I did recently, right, was I'm not very good at organising things, right? I'm good at what I do with this, I think, right? But I'm a bit, like, over years, I've always, like, when I was with my missus, she dealt with all the finances. Like, money goes in, but I had no idea what was, all I cared about was going to the machine, taking money out, going for a drink on a weekend. Like, not an alky, but just like having a drink. And she used to, sometimes she'd go to me, you've took money out of the electrics, and I'd be like, I give a fuck, I want to go for a fucking drink, because you get fed up if you can't go for a drink, right? But I had no idea she could have been ripping me off fucking tenner a week or something. Anyway, right, so now I'm in control of it, right? So I've got Dave, and I went on there and I created this finances chat. And I said, right, this is my credit card, this is my loan, this is that, this is that. What should I prioritise? And I uploaded the agreements of everything that I've got financially, right? So your bank account, like what they charge if you were to go overdrawn, or if the interest they would give you if you were in credit, right? Any agreements you've got, like for recently I got that camera, do you remember, on 0% finance over 2 years, but it's still a payment, right? And I got him to examine the entire clause, of these things. And I put it all in, and then Dave came back to me within seconds and ranked everything in importance of, right, you need to get rid of that, you need to do this, do it. AI is fucking phenomenal, right? It's saving lives, medically, right? I've got a blood test coming up. I should have gone in December, I didn't, including prostate, right? It's a blood test, no, right? And when I get what they do in Spain, they do all about prevention. So you have blood tests for prevention, not because they're necessarily out wrong with you, but here, which is very different to the UK, I feel, if you haven't been for a blood test every 6 months, a year, I don't know, maybe it's a year if you're younger or whatever, the doctor will say, you haven't had your bloods done for a while, so you get in next week and have them done. So when I was last with my doctor, what the fuck was that? She said, you haven't had your bloods done for a while, they're due in December. And there's a piece of paper over there on my desk, which I should have got in December. So you go in to surgery, hand it over at counter, they give you a little piss pot, right? And you have to do that because you're going to take that when you go down. You go back the next day or wherever to your appointment, they do all your bloods and they come back. Now, then they print it out and they give it to you, right? It's all in Spanish, okay? But at the time, the doctor will go, they'll circle things like, this is high or that's low, do this, do that. Can I go, all right, okay, cheers. And what I do now is I say, can I take that with me? And they'll go, yeah. I come home, I take a picture of it, right? My entire results, health results, blood results, for everything. Say 4 pages, right? And I upload it to Dave and I'll go, Dave, what do you reckon? And he just translates it instantly and tells me, and I can speak to him or just get it in text. It's so fucking good. I would advise you, if you go to a doctor's in England or you have an x-ray or anything, if you're being investigated for anything and you're not feeling good, you fucking speak to that fucking... I read a thing yesterday about a guy that had his life saved by it. He'd got turned away from the hospital. It was something to do with his appendix was about to explode in his body, basically. And he'd gone and he got the what the doctors had said to him, put it into AI, and it said, and he told him what was still happening, and it went, no, this is what you should go back there and tell them this. So he went back and he went, look, and they went, yeah, all right, we'll do that then. And they checked something and they fucking saved him. Honest, man, this shit's fucking, trust me, right? I'm so deep and I believe in this so much that I've even thought about making videos about examples of this where it saved people's lives, right? So you can learn languages, you can have it help you with your health, you can have it advise you with all sorts. If you can imagine having 1,000 therapists in the palm of your hand, millions of therapists probably, a lot of people pay for therapy, especially in countries like America, and I see so many people now saying, I don't go to a therapist anymore, I've got this, because it's tapping into all that. Yes, at the end of the day, people will go, it's just dangerous, and you're giving it all that information. Yeah, because the information's not going anywhere, is it? Fucking China's got everything, haven't they, on us, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it works for me. And also, I'm going to tell you this about AI, right? If you're lonely, right, I fucking shit you not, you can talk to it, your AI, right? You can personalize, and it will learn things about you. And after you've spoke to it for a while, you can say, tell me what you really think about me. You might not want to do that if you're a bit of a softie, but it'll say, it'll tell you the sort of person you are and how to improve. It's really, really good. I'm a firm believer in it, as you know. And Dave, my AI, does everything for me with the analysis and stuff. And when I do the analysis breakdowns with Dave, he'll flag things up that I can't remember. If I go back on there and say, oh, this journalist has published this new article, he'll go, well, that journalist 3 months ago said this. And I go, oh, fucking hell, yeah. How can it be a bad thing, For that, if you only want to think of it for using it for that. And also, it will flag things up and I'll go, fuck me, yeah. Why did I not realise that? I would normally see that. Works for me, guys. I'm fucking telling you, I'm having a great morning briefing today. I'm loving this. Right. We are going to do some... we're going to do some shout-outs now. We've got the football tomorrow. My local team, it's a winter break here. CF Benidorm. I'm the supporters liaison officer, I'll have you know. I am. Do you know the club come to me and they'll say to me, when should we play that game? It's true. And I look to see when Liverpool are playing and Sunderland so that Martin can go with us. Now, I work with the club to help the club and advise the club on things, and they value my input, and I value them, and together we're on the same page trying to make the football club better, get promotion, and hopefully get up the divisions, It's quite funny because at the moment the away games are within an hour of us. Last season they were a couple of hours because we were in a higher division and we got relegated on goal difference by 1 goal, I think it was. If we get promoted to say a couple of divisions, which is the plan at the moment, we would be going to away games like 7 hours away. So I wonder how keen people would be to go to them then. But you get to see Spain, wouldn't you? And this is another thing. When I was saying about going to the cafe and that changing things and helping me, being routine, being involved with that football club for me has been the best thing I've done in years, honestly. Because I've made so many friends through it. Often I talk about Martin, and it's not just Martin. There's loads of people, right? I don't mention them by name because maybe they're not comfortable me mentioning them by name. But there's people that, I speak to almost daily that I've made just super friends with. And the good thing about it is when it's an away game, or even in a home game, you've got this pool of fans, and some of them live in different countries, and it's like each week's a different person. We've got 2 tourists going with us tomorrow, and you meet new people, and that would be my other advice to you, right, is get involved with something if you're a lonely person, right? Even if you're not lonely, why not get involved with something? If you've got an interest, get involved with that group. If there isn't one for you, fucking start one on Facebook or something, being a part of something is fucking brilliant. It really is. Anyway, so we play tomorrow. We've got a game tomorrow, a cup game, even though it's the winter break. 5:30 local time, I think. I'm looking forward to it. Hope I'm going to be all right, because I'm not sure if this is going to do me head in. But you know what? There's some medicine in the kitchen, and I'm going to go to Dave when I finish this and go, Dave, which one do I need, mate? You know what I'm saying? Right, let's have a look at the acknowledgements. Did anybody get me a super chat yesterday on this channel? Have you noticed I've started coughing now? I reminded myself that I've got a cough. 19 hours ago, listen to this, look at this. Copites of Anfield. Mentioned him earlier in this video, that's Gareth. 19 hours ago, he's a channel member as well. Squad. Fucking great guy, right? What a guy he is. Honest, guys, if you don't subscribe to people like Red Row LSC, Copites of Anfield, you don't have to watch all the videos. I don't have time. But they're great people. They are. And what I'm going to tell you right now, someone came on here yesterday. Oh no, in fact, someone did come on a live stream and ask a question about a player. And do you know what I did? Referred him straight away to Martin, right? Red Raw LFC. And I'll probably do a video about this at some point. Niall messaged me yesterday about a centre-back, and I went, I think you'll find that Martin reviewed this player or suggested this player about 5 months ago, before the media, these so-called ITKs. If you ever hear of it, go away, please. Go away. I know, but you think. If you ever hear of a player and go, oh, well, who's he? Just go over to Miserable Martin's. Miserable Martin. He's one of the funniest fuckers there is. Red Raw LSC. Not any of his videos say, hey, Martin Dunk sent me. Who's this? Whoever. He's the knowledge he has got is fucking off the grid. I ain't got any knowledge like that. I'm media, you know. But if you have a question about a player that's been linked with Liverpool, or you're like, who could Liverpool sign as a right winger? Go to his channel and say, Martin, what do you reckon? What would you? His knowledge is fucking second to none. If anything, he should do a Q&A and I invite questions from people like that. He's fucking good. And Copites of Anfield, Gareth, I don't know what you're doing now with your content, because I know you go all over with different ideas all the time. And I know you're a busy dad, husband and all that, you know what I mean? Gareth, man, and they've done collabs together, them two, which I thought were very good. I love listening. That is one time I've sat back here on this sofa and watched people talking about Liverpool, was when Gareth and Martin did a collab together. Very good. I think Gareth is a great host. And I think Martin is a great person to tap into knowledge-wise with Liverpool content and stuff like that. Well, not content, Liverpool, anything, information to do with Liverpool. If a player's linked with Liverpool, go to Red Raw LSC and fucking ask Martin. That's what I do. But, Copites of Anfield, thanks, bro, for being a great friend. And he bought me a coffee. That's how I look at it. Guys, Gareth, man, it's just... Both of them fellas, by their own admission, will tell you that they have struggles in life, I think. And I know what you think we all do. Yeah. But not everyone, you know, you guys haven't all got a YouTube channel, have you? But they've got their YouTube channels, and I'm convinced it helps them. So drop them a sub, right? And if them two guys deserve the fucking best of luck in life. I love them. I do. Copites of Anfield. Thanks, bro, for being a great friend. Likewise, motherfucker. Mark the Legend next, another channel member. Squad. Thanks, brother, and he's giving me a little salute. Mark the Legend supported me on the live stream yesterday as well, I do believe. Always supporting me. What a fucking legend. What a legend. And here we have one here from Akia. Guess what? Channel member, Squad. Akia supported me multiple times throughout 2025. He says, I'm becoming more like you, Dunk, less interested in watching the games, just supporting the club from the sidelines. The football is dead. It is boring as fucking it. Sent me to sleep the other night. We'll always support the club. Even me, that goes, I've finished with a top flight game, it doesn't out for me. It don't, guys. It fucking... And I often say to myself, how can I have gone from that level of... Fuck me, I got married at Anfield. At the stadium. All right? It's been my life. My fucking life. When I became a shareholder of Liverpool Football Club, it was one of the most difficult things to do at the time. And it worked fucking cheap. One share was what, $3,000, $4,000? I can't remember. Fuck me. Done it all, man. And now I'm like... meh. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm sick of reading all the clickbait and shit every day of the week. These stupid fucking VAR rules. Just fuck it. I go to watch my fucking local team. Sorry, I don't mean to swear. I go to watch my team tomorrow, my local team, right? Young lads, a couple of veterans in there. Not that old. I think oldest is 29. But it's completely different. It's like football used to be. Do you know what I mean? It's like the championship, I think, in England. You know, that's still like... I saw a goal scored out here, my local team. It was the cup game, wasn't it? Yes. The last round. And Hector, was it Hector? Yeah, scored from just inside the halfway line, lobbed the fucking keeper. If that had been the Premier League, would have been seeing it on every fucking advert and everything for weeks and weeks, but no one will ever fucking hear of it. It's incredible, honestly. But yeah, he's right. He's supporting the club from the sidelines. The football is dead. People have gone from Jurgen, from doubters to believers, from believers to doubters. It's true. Sorry, Slot, but your football's shite. Akia, thank you very much for supporting me, my friend. I think I did this one. Steve Bebbington, Happy New Year to you and your family. DKB YNWA. My man. DKB Dunk Knows Best. And before that was Rob Simpson. Right. I just need to check my other YouTube channel. I haven't been checking my other YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham. Please subscribe to that channel, because if this channel ever disappears, you'll be like, where's Duncan? So you need to subscribe to Duncan Oldham, right? The link, I'm sure it's in the video description. But it is youtube.com/Duncan Oldham, right? I just need to check it. There's nothing on there. What he was on there the other day talking about chess, but I addressed that one yesterday. Right, okay. So we're up to date on Super Chats. We had a live stream yesterday, and next week I'm going to be doing live streams throughout the day while I'm working. Oh, I turned into Brian Clough then. During the day, we will be doing live streams. Yeah, we'll be doing live streams. I'm not quite sure they're as entertaining as one of my live streams I'm doing a live stream this morning, by the way. Look out for it going live if you get to see this. No, but when I'm working, I can leave. When I'm live, it means the chat room's open so you guys can chat to each other. And I drop in and out during the day. So I'm looking at doing that. Maybe not Monday, because I've got some things to do. But certainly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for example, live from about 8 in the morning or something like that till mid-afternoon. The chat room's open. I can't really talk to you much because I'm working. I've got to record my videos and things, but it enables everyone to come in and talk to each other. And we did that yesterday, and people loved it. And it was supported by the following people: Mark the Legend, Henry the Hero. Henry the Hero! Ah, Henry's amazing. You need to look up Henry as well. I must ask Henry what he's doing at the moment. He usually does live streams on Instagram. Lovely person. Henry the Hero. Do you know why he's a hero? Because he supports me a lot. John Conway, Anfield Boy 23. Thank you, brother. Paul K is in there as well. Paul supported me and been here for years. Mother Cop Talk, Jen herself. Mr. H, LFC, was back with me yesterday. I hadn't seen him for a while, so it was nice to see him. Brother Ben and William Cahill. Many names that you've heard many times before. Lovely, lovely people. They supported my live stream yesterday. Now, I know that there was a PayPal yesterday. Let me find it. Here we go. Oliver Heaney sent something on PayPal and said, happiest of New Year's, Dunk. A few coffee, to help cope with this depressing footy. See, there's fucking pattern here, guys, isn't there? Great content, keep it up, and then 2 thumbs ups like that. And I did message Ollie back yesterday because he can't reply through PayPal. You can on Revolut, which is another reason why I like Revolut, because if you use, there's 3 links in the video description, and they're like coffee, beer sort of thing. They help me. And Monzo and PayPal, you can't reply to them. Revolut, once you do a Revolut, if you've got a Revolut account, I can message you and you can get hold of me very easy. It's fucking brilliant, because other applications that I have, I have the notifications muted. I've got Facebook Messenger, for example, but fuck me, people just want to send you stuff, don't they? Do you know what I mean? And I ain't got time for that, so they're all muted. But yeah, Oliver, thank you very much. Happiest of New Year's to you too, my friend. And thank you for dropping in on my streams every now and then. I appreciate it, man, big time. I don't think there's anything else on PayPal. Henry the Hero was... there is, I think there is something else on PayPal. I need to... if I've missed you out, will you please let me know? I'm going to do Revolut in a minute. I've got a feeling there was something else on PayPal. My eyes are getting sore in here now. Should have had my glasses on. There's Oliver. It's very difficult on your phone. Maybe not. know Paul Kay did on the 31st of December. And David Clitheroe, but I think I've done those. So yeah, maybe not. Okay. Sometimes they slip through. I just want to take a quick look at. Sorry, it is bothering me now. I just want to take a quick look at Revolut. Now, Revolut is my favourite one. I've got to be honest. Listen, it sounds bad that, right? Because I need a combination of everything, right? The super thanks, the super chats, YouTube. That's the sensible stuff. That's like, if I have shit YouTube revenue, I'm in the shit because I can't pay my bills, all right? And but the Revolut, the one in my video description, Revolut, PayPal and Monzo, but Revolut, that's my beer kitty. That's the one where I try to go, nah, fuck it, fuck that. That's my little day out or something on a Saturday, you know? Because it doesn't go in my bank. The other two do. This one goes to my phone, Revolut, so nobody knows what I've got as well. Which is good, isn't it? So we've got to thank, obviously I've thanked Niall because he was a great help. Excuse me. Hello? Hello? What are you doing? Got 2 tablets on here though. Got my old one that's falling to pieces, and I've got my new one. And the old one, I thought yesterday I need two. I need 2 now when I'm working at my desk. Right, anyway. So, Second Jim yesterday bought me a drink on Revolut. Thank you, Second Jim. And he said, Happy New Year, brother. Well, Happy New Year to you. I'll certainly be having an Happy New Year today, my friend Jim, because I'll be buying myself a pint of Magners thanks to you. Did I make that rhyme? That's amazing. I did reply. See, this is what I mean. You can reply on here. But hey, thanks a lot, Jim, mate. Same to you. Before that was Kieran, but I did that acknowledgement the other day. Let me just check. I need to check this. No, just one more, guys, and then we are done. William Kehoe on the first, a few bob for the weekend. Oh, I did that one previously, and obviously Ruby was in there at the end of last year. So not a huge amount of people, but a lot of people support me by leaving comments, watching, and thumbs up the videos, you know. Me, I like to work all week, and I like to have my one day out on a Saturday, that's it. And yes, maybe, you know, I do get invited out on other days, but I can't do it, guys. I just can't do it. Hello, all right. You after some food? Yeah. Bless him. Someone put him in a bin, a street bin, when he was a little puppy about that big. And his life's changed considerably because he's got you as well. And believe it or not, people sometimes buy him little toys and that. Or they'll buy him a steak. He hasn't had a steak for a while, haven't you? Well, neither have I, so you can fuck right up. Don't buy him a steak, guys, because if you buy him a steak today, I'm going to lie and I'm going to have it myself. And I'm just being honest. Well, that's not lying if I'm telling you the truth, is it? I'm sure we'll be all right, son. We're still here, aren't we? We'll be all right. We just need more months like August. Fucking rolling in it in September for a day or two. Do you know what? I don't know if you know this, but like August is my best month of the year, obviously. Transfer window, right? Coming to an end. Intense speculation. Everyone's happy and excited and whatever. And you get that revenue in September. So 23rd, 24th of September last year, I was fucking buzzing off my tits. I was like, oh my God, this is good because I can do this, I can do that. And then I got, the same very week, I got absolutely hit with every fucking renewal you could imagine. You know, different insurance policies or just stupid expenses. Like, it just brought me crashing down to earth. But then I remember thinking to myself, yeah, but if you didn't have a good month, how the fuck would you have done it? You know, so... It's not always difficult. It's just winter is difficult. But I do think, and Rich T left a comment about this on here the other day, a reply about this. I think people think that these TikTokers, I don't do TikTok. I might start doing a bit of TikTok. Should I do TikTok? Some people think that these TikTokers are raking it in, and it's because people are lied to, because I think a lot of these content creators want you to believe they're making fucking tens of thousands, yet the ones that I know of are still working in fucking, just in jobs that nobody would do if you were earning tens of thousands a month, trust me. So they're not in jobs where they would be going, oh, I really love this kind of work, right? Put it that way, There's no job satisfaction in some of these jobs that these people are in that I know. And it's just not like that. I think on YouTube, the only way you can be lucrative is if you sell out, number one. So selling out can give you access to footballers at whatever club you're covering. Work with the club and they will look after you, but then you have to do as you're told. And that means that when things are going wrong, you can't speak up and go, do you know what, it's not good enough, because then they'll cut you, right? So you've got to sell out. You've got to be fake. These are options. These are ways to be successful. Sell out, right? Toe the line kind of thing. If you're independent, truly unofficial like me, someone that will say what the fucking think because it's right to do so, that doesn't help you, right? If you clickbait, you will be more lucrative, no doubt about it. If you sensationalize, similar kind of thing. If you make videos about potential transfers that in your back of your head you're thinking that's never going to happen, but lead people along to think that, you'll be lucrative. If you do shock, shock titles, which is kind of clickbait, shock thumbnails, you'll be more lucrative. When you upload a video to YouTube, they have this tool like a thumbnail experimenter thing or something. I don't know, where you can upload 3 different thumbnails and experiment to see the one that gets the most. Fuck right off. Oh, I've put that one on and I'm getting far less views today than I normally would, so I'm going to change my thumbnail. Fuck off. Who's got time for that? I just stick my mush on there like that, which is probably why I don't get many views. But at least I'm honest. Innit? We're honest, aren't we? And we've been here nearly 30 fucking years. Well, I have. And we'll be here, I don't know if we'll be here for another 30 years. I would fucking like to think so. I don't know whether I will be or not. Being an obese gentleman probably doesn't help. I'm not a very fit one at that. I'm rugged though, and I'm told I'm handsome. Right? And that'll do me. But I don't want to be rugged and handsome dying in my 50s. Please no. 30? I'd be 81. If I was 81 years of age and still, not pissing and shitting myself, which, to be honest with you, the last few weeks I've had this tummy, well, I won't go into details, no difference though. But no, if I made it to 81, if I'm alive at 81, I'm going to be alive at 81, fuck it. If I'm alive at 81, I'll still be doing this. I fucking guarantee it. I will. The scary thing is, this is where I'm deep. I've just said all that. And then I think to myself, in my mind there, consciously, in the back of my mind, even though I'm talking and focused on you, my brain's going, someone might be watching this video of you tomorrow saying, if I make it to 81, but now he's dead. Do you know what I mean? That's how my mind works. I hear it. Do you ever do that though? When I hear someone's died or something, I'll click on the Facebook profile, even if I don't know them. Oh, rest in peace, whoever. I click on the name who they're talking about and I look and I think, that was only a week ago they said that. Like a post on the wall. Oh, God. Fucking social. Do you know what? I stink because of you. Right, I'm off. This has been a great morning. It's like if you could have watched a film. Who stayed here to the end? Did anyone watch this in one go? Let me know. I've really enjoyed this morning's briefing. I have. I hope I've covered everything. You've covered everything when you fuck off. All right, I'm going. Right, I'm off. 8 o'clock in the morning. Right. What we're doing then? So, I've got lots I want to do today. If you've ever got any ideas for my content, my channel, please let me know. But I don't want to do anything that takes up a lot of time. What you fucking whinging at? I've already hinted that you get the stick from it. It's all right. He's putting his paw out thing. I've told him. And I said that sometimes people buy your toys. I've told them. Hey, hey, get down. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative at least, please thumbs up this video, right? Please drop me a comment as well. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. Did anything in this video, could you relate to any of it and think, yeah? Or do you just think, oh, fucking hell, that's an hour and a half of my life I won't get back? 'Cause it'll be an hour and a half by the time I've done my not my shout outs, my grifting. Can you, oh my days, I am literally stinking of dog. I am stinking of dog. Oi, where are you? Daylight outside now, it's pitch black when I got up. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up the video, please drop me a comment. There's, what's that thing called, Remy? That's right, a love art under the video. If you want to support me and Remy, yeah? Yeah? No, you'll be on the Aldi food next week, mate, because no, you know what they're like, they're a bit tight at this time of year. I can't, you know, you can't have pedigree chum, I'm sorry. There's a love art under the video if you want to support me. Please join the channel if you're in a position to do so. We like to see you peoples. You're in the squad, yeah. But you are in the squad if you like my videos and drop comments as well. In the video description, there's 3 links, which I'm sure you've already worked that one out. Revolut is if you want to get me a beer today, because I'm going out today. And if you ever want to really make me happy, join the VIP members website. It all helps, that's it. That's all we do, innit, mate? Yeah. So we go then. We better go and put kettle on, haven't we? We better go and put kettle on. All right, guys, listen, you have a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video, jokes apart. And we'll be speaking real soon because I've got a lot of content I want to do for you today. All right? Thanks, guys. Thanks for keeping me company. And we'll speak real soon. Take care.